Bonjour, mes amis, as we return to Poitiers, France for the knockout rounds in the Poitiers Challenger here 2024 on the FIBA 3x3 Pro Circuit. We've moved the games up due to some weather issues. There might be some rain, but y'all take a look at the brackets. Today is going to be an amazing day of 3x3 basketball. We got Vienna meeting up with Bordeaux, Hangzhou, and Kandava follow right after. Then Riffa will meet up with Mārupe, and last but not least, Liman and Warsaw Lotto will battle it out. We've got our top 4 seeds still in play. They have not lost a game, and we will see if Hangzhou can extend their reign over Poitiers after winning last year. They are still in a race this year. Again, we started yesterday with 16 hopeful teams. We lost 4 teams in the qualifier and played all night until we got 8 teams left now for 3 spots at the Debrecen Masters at the end of August. And we'll get you started with Vienna. Spotless so far, have not lost. Q Diggs, your leading rebounder in the field. And there's Fabio Sonil, Nice, and Murati was so nice you had to see it twice. The man averaged 7 points per game. Kaltenbrunner even averaged 7.5 points per game. They picked up 2 wins, one over Pirot, one over Warsaw Lotto. Stayed off a late comeback. And they are taking on a team that's played 4 games already. Bordeaux Ballistik, your 10th seed out of the qualifying draw. And they got a man possessed on their squad. First, Stéphane Gauthier comes out. They picked up an L against Liman, 21-17, but then a must-win game against Plunge was won 21-17 on the back of 12 points by that man right there, Antoine Eto'o. He's their leading scorer in the field at 11 points per game, joined by Steiner and Auger. And Eto'o is a man possessed. He is dangerous out on the half court. And he's looking to bring his team victory here as Bordeaux try to get past the quarterfinals for the first time this year. Bordeaux Ballistik making it to that quarterfinals in the Clermont-Ferrand Challenger a couple of weeks ago. Didn't even get to the quarterfinals last week in Orléans. So now an opportunity against Vienna, and Vienna looked pretty good until down the stretch of a game against Warsaw Lotto. They forgot to end the game. Couldn't finish the job. Nice had 9 points in that one. They staved off a late comeback as Warsaw came back all the way to even have a shot at the game. Missed that shot, and then Vienna closed out the deal. Your keys in this game are simple. Who is going to dominate the boards? Because we're talking about one of the better rebounding teams in the field versus one of the worst rebounding teams in the field. Bordeaux Ballistik only 10 rebounds per game. That's up to 15.5 for the Austrians. And who's going to shoot the most efficient? Vienna at 30% on the tournament, 24% for the French. And I think the most important thing is who is going to be the secondary option to Antoine Eto'o's brilliant tournaments. Eto'o, again, at 11 points per game, he needs a little bit of help. It's been different people stepping up throughout the tournament, but can they get a consistent secondary option going in Gauthier or maybe Auger? That is going to be key for this Bordeaux Ballistik. We are 10 minutes sprinting all day. We'll be with you live until right around 5 o'clock local time when we've determined winners here. And we've determined whoever is going to get a spot at that Debrecen Masters August 31st and September 1st. Now again, we've moved up the time slots here in Poitiers because there's some rain expected this afternoon. So an early start for these teams, and Eto'o does not have an early start from the 2-point arc. I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Boz Rosendahl, aka The Mountain. I'll be with you in your ear all day throughout all of the games here, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals in Poitiers, again until right around 4:35-ish local time, depending on how long these games last. And Sonil is trying to make him last shorter with that 2-point shot. Fabio Sonil substituting in for Matthias Lenortner after Vienna played the Orléans Challenger last week, coming in third and picking up a ticket to the Lausanne Masters in that one. Now they're trying to get to Debrecen. Eto hounded by Muratti. Eto has not missed inside the arc. 15 for 15 on yesterday's action, at least in the main draw. And he continues that trend with a make. So Nail now is fouled. For those of you that haven't watched yesterday and are just tuning in, this Vienna squad picked up 2 wins to dominate pool play. Fabio Sonil is starting the game off strong here with 3 points. He's got the only 3 points on the board for Vienna. But they picked up 2 wins, dominated pool play, and now are facing a Bordeaux squad that lost the game and won a game. They won the one they needed against Plunge from Lithuania. If you've never tuned into 3x3 before, or if you haven't done your due diligence, please do so. Hit the subscribe button below, and then please go to social media. Hit us up on Instagram at FIBA 3x3 for a look back at all of yesterday's action. Also some action from the Quebec Challenger that was happening at the same time last night. I promise you won't be disappointed with the material. Anyway, we're at 3-1, and E-Knights is looking at a 2. Muratti to Kaltenbrunner. The burner puts on a 2-point shot. It's missed. Eto with the board. There goes Gauthier. Slow stepping into a lay. Muratti now answering right back. So quick turnaround for Vienna. Now they're up 4-2. Auger looking for Eto. Eto is being hounded by Kaltenbrunner. They're not giving him any space. Eto fakes and kicks it out. Gauthier with the 2. It hits the top of the backboard and will go out of bounds. So 2 minutes in, Vienna with a slight lead here, 4-2. And they get a fresh 12 here. Kaltenbrunner working on Steiner. Sonil, another try from 2, misses. Steiner with the board. He clears it and gets it over to Gauthier. Eto's on the bench, so who's going to score now for Bordeaux? Again, they need a secondary star. They need a secondary player to score. It might just be Baptiste Auger, who's a capable scorer in the paint, can shoot it a little bit as well. He gets fouled on this possession. Takes a seat. Eto back out on the half court. Eto attacking the rack, and again, he's not missing inside the arc at all. Hasn't missed a shot inside the arc all tournament long. Muratti stepping back, nice. And a foul called on the play. Take a look, nice. Gets that 2 up, and Gauthier does not give him any space to land. So 2 free throws coming up for Muratti. And Muratti knocks it down. 2-point lead for Vienna as a result. Muratti missed the second one. So possession back over to Bordeaux. Gauthier to Eto. Eto, can he continue his brilliance? Trying to work on Sonil. Eto, no space to work with a foul on the play as Sonil got too physical on the defense. There's There's a Lopez into Auger. He's working up and over Diggs. Missed the shot, though. Diggs gets his mitts on the board. Quinn Sanity, the man formerly known as the Black Panther, gets his team in possession, and then Kaltenbrunner gets a point, no answer for Bordeaux. Diggs looks at the shot, gets it over to Kaltenbrunner again. There's Eto'o. Gets a rock back. Eto'o now on the move. And that's his first miss inside the arc. Looked like it was good. Now Steiner kicking it out. Auger's open. Splashing from 2 range. 6-5. Bordeaux right back into things. Kaltenbrunner with the answer. In and out. And Steiner will get it cleared. They go looking for Auger again. He's a mismatch in there. Baptiste Auger standing at 2 meters and 4 centimeters. 24-year-old, a size mismatch in the paint, but you know what? Q Diggs is a mismatch as well. 7-6. Vienna up once again. Eto'o directing traffic. 5 on the shot clock. He's looking at Diggs behind the back. Now kicks it out to Steiner, but it was a little too late. Just outside the shot clock. And that's gotten us to our first TV timeout. Both teams feeling each other out in the first stage of the game. Auger got one to splash from the outside and then attacked inside as well. Again, the 24-year-old, a former member of the youth teams, national teams for France, active in the Nations League, and now part of this team Bordeaux. High post play here for Vienna. Kaltenbrunner hands it off to Mourati, who was wide open but can't make the shot. Sonil with the board. Kaltenbrunner now back to Sonil. He's hit one from that spot before, but front rims this. And now it's Bordeaux back in action. Steiner to Eto'o. A screen for Eto'o. Steiner is open, and he is a great screener for his size. Eddie Steiner is the shortest player on the squad at 181 centimeters. With the 33-year-olds, as physical as you get. And make sure he has position on all of his screens. Kaltenbrunner misses the heave, but there's Sonil giving his team an extra possession yet again. Vienna leading the field in possessions per game at 37.5, so they play at a high pace already. The extra rebounds, mainly the offensive rebounds, will help that pace for sure. But this Bordeaux Ballistik squad ain't nothing to snuff about either when it comes to possessions. They're at 35 a game, so again, it should be at least as far as possessions, a high-paced game so far. Both teams have been slow a little bit. There's Gauthier. Gauthier looking to shake Kaltenbrunner. He gets the ball into Auger, who loses it. 2 on the shot clock. It's heaved up. Almost went down. And again, Sonil securing that board. Sonil's athleticism really shining in this game so far. Sonil now screens for Mourati, who pulls up for 2 and splashes like a baby's bath. 9-7. Enis Mourati unlocking the long-range shot. 9-7 Vienna. As a result, Eto'o working on that 2-point shot as well. He's only hitting them at a 25% clip on the tournament. This is where his real money shines. Again, your leading scorer, second in player value in yesterday's action. Diggs with another 2-point shot as Vienna continue. They're hot shooting from the outside, and Bordeaux, they're fighting 2s with 1s. Although Steiner tries a 2 here. Front rim, gets it back. Another try at things, and another front rim shot. Now a foul called on the play. Steiner with 2 open shots missed, looking frustrated. And Bordeaux picked up their 5th foul on the play there. We've gotten to our 2nd TV timeout. Vienna's picked up a slight lead. It's 11-8 on the back of that. Q Diggs 2-point shot. And Ato has been as dominant as you can get in the paint, just relentlessly attacking the rack. His 2-point shooting has gone a little cold though. And Bordeaux only have 1 long-range attempt. They've only seen 1 long-range attempt go through the rim. So they need some shooting in their diet, and they need it fast. Kaltenbrunner, he is fast, getting to the rim. 12-8. Now it's Gauthier again. Auger, they keep looking for Ato. Ato now on the cut like a Band-Aid, but is pushed off of his track by Sonil. Now he's working on Sonil. The midi, Ato, nuh-uh. A rebound battle results in a foul called on the play. And that foul was called on Murati. 5th foul on Vienna, who have a 4-point lead now. Ato on the bench now. They got Auger going to the rack with the smash. Kaltenbrunner with the answer right away. No make. Now Auger with the rebound. Gauthier. And that Wilson's out of bounds. Take a look again. Pick and roll action. Auger, 2 hands for safety. Murati now. Steiner. Pick and roll action. He's looking for Ato again. 6 on the shot clock. Ato trying to work on Diggs. Stepping sideways. That 2-pointer is missed. Again, Sonil controlling the rebound. He must be working on double-figure rebounding right now. Murati. He's got Gauthier in his sights. Murati crossing up Gauthier, but he comes back and plays some mean defense. Shot clock violation there. Gritty defense there by Stéphane Gauthier, 28-year-old, ranked 32nd in France, 417th in the world. Steiner, go for Ato again, a fake, 2 steps, a kick out. There's Auger, same spot, he hit one before, but he misses it. Rebound chased out. And Vienna get a warning for talking to the referees as Q Diggs got upset with the no call there. Gauthier to Ato. Ato jabbing, taking action, and then fouling on the rebound attempt. There's Diggs. And that's pick and roll action for sure. Murati, easy layup after being wide open. And Auger's missing, so Bordeaux Ballistik in a little bit of trouble now. They need anything. They get a semi-stop here and eventually finish the play as Diggs can't make the 2. And there's Auger underneath the basket again. Again, he's the tallest player on the pitch at 204. He's using all that size to try to get some action underneath the backboard. Murati now, long range shot again is drained. Nice. Steiner airmails that one. Some frustration showing now for Bordeaux Ballistik. Kaltenbrunner again. This time he loses to Wilson. 8-0 now. On a drive, goes to the rack for one. They need some more than that, because it's still a 6-point game. 15 seconds to go. Vienna. They get another two to drop. It's 19-11. And the writing's on the wall now. 8-0. Getting another easy score, but there's 5 seconds left in the game, and it is Vienna who will take this one, 19-12. They played a dominant pick and roll game, picked their spots, hit some good shots.
Le début de ce deuxième quart de finale d'ici quelques instants maintenant, place à la présentation des équipes, en commençant par l'équipe d'Hangzhou, équipe chinoise direct from China, Hangzhou. Number 9, Alexander Bosak.
There's your hottest shooting team in the field. Hangzhou, your number 4 seed. They picked up 2 wins yesterday over Mārupe and Tel Aviv. Hit 47% of their 2-point shots, went 9 for 19 from long range, and have been dominating play here. They won last year's Poitiers Challenger. It's Dusan Samardzic, Goran Vidovic, Trajkovic, and Bursak round out the foursome. Vidovic leading the squad at 8 points per game. Trajkovic right behind at 7 points per game. And they're facing a Kandava Turība squad that lost to Riffa, but got the win they needed against Ermont. And this man right there, Christos Glutitis, put the Magician on skates for a game winner. He's leading the team at 8 points per game. He even picked up a 5-5 with 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 highlights. Laches and Raimo with Apsitis round out the squad. And this should be a great matchup. I think 2-point shooting is definitely going to determine a winner here, as again, this is the hottest shooting team in the field against a team that's shooting a subpar 24% from beyond the 2-point arc. But Kandava Turība, being that subpar shooting team, is the leading field goal getter inside the arc at almost 80% of their shots made in the paint. It's also your best rebounding team, as they've grabbed 16 rebounds to lead the field per game, that is. And Hangzhou, and that's on the back of their hot shooting, not so good in rebounding, only 10.5 rebounds per game. So the battle who controls the glass will be hugely important. I do think these teams match up very well on the defensive end. And here we go, 10 minutes sprinting again. Vidovic sharing. And Bursak trying to 2 right away. Rebounds picked up by Raimo. Foul called on the play. Zigmar Raimo, a big part of that FIBA 3x3 Europe Cup bronze medal last year in Jerusalem. Him and Laches joined Marcis Oses, who plays for the Adazi squad. They are representing in Quebec, Canada right now, and obviously Carlos Las Manos. And there's an unsportsmanlike foul on the drive as Bursak tried to lock up Raimo. And that's a clear path foul, so an unsportsmanlike foul, the score counts, and Raimo will step to the stripe. And he'll get 2 tries at it. Zigmar Raimo, the 26-year-old, as mentioned, a part of that bronze medal run last year where Carlos Losmanis just went bananas. Bursak, rebound. Vidovic trying to shake Apsidis. Vidovic, now he's got Laches in front of him, and that's the problem against this Kandava team. They're an extremely tall team on average. Samardzic. There's Trajkovic. Samardzic picking up the board and putting it up and in. Hangzhou on the board finally. Gludidis, another pull-up shot. This one tickles the twine. 3-1. Behind our back to Samardzic, who loses to Wilson. Picks it back up, knuckleballs in a 2. That's 3-3. Hangzhou tied things. Gludidis now on a rack attack, pressured out of his shot by Trajkovic. Samardzic, same spot, different result. So the game is picking up some pace here. Laches looking to attack Trajkovic. He dribbles out of it. Gludidis now kicking it out. Apsidis. Apsidis went 1 for 8 on 2-point attempts yesterday. And continues the trend here with another miss. Vidovic up top, Samardzic, easy layup. That was Bursak, actually. So Bursak still not missing inside the paint. Laches laces one up, and Kandava's up one again. As expected, an entertaining matchup between these teams. Hangzhou, last year's Cinderella team in 3x3. Kandava could be considered the early Cinderella this season. After that run to the 3rd place in the rankings, or in the standings, I mean, at Ulaanbaatar. Beating some top teams along the way. A backdoor cut, Apsidis finishes the play. Now it's Vidovic again. Vidovic jumps into a 2-point attempt again, and the hottest shooting team in the field continues the trend. Vidovic now out to Trajkovic, who laces one up. It's a 6-6 game early. And again, a high pace here. Samardzic now with the fake, stepping all the way back. Front rim, rebound is chased out. So Hangzhou continue the shooting trend.
Le dernier vainqueur de l'Eurocup Qualifier. Et un tout petit peu plus d'un mois, l'équipe de Kandava Turība.
Here's a front rim miss. Rimo with the board. Gludidis stepping all the way back, losing everyone. Bang, bang. Kristaps Gludidis is masterful with the Wilson. Look again at the play up top there, finished by Bursak. But it's Kandava out in front by a point. They've controlled the glass as expected for the best rebounding team in the field. And Carlos Gludidis, for Kristaps Glouditis, I apologize, has gotten loose for a couple of easy looks. Can Hangzhou hang on? Vidovic says thank you. It's 8-8. Apsitis to Raimo. Raimo dribbles out of the play. Gets fouled. Bursak doesn't agree, as you can clearly tell by his facial expression. There's Apsitis again. Apsitis taking 2-pointers with the confidence of somebody that's used to making more shots than 1 for 10. But that is what the numbers say right now. Hasn't hit a 2-pointer all day. Glouditis getting loose again. The man's faster and light. It's 9-8 now. Now Vidovic gets a try at things. Vidovic stuffed the stat sheet again yesterday. Again, 8 points per game. High amount of drives. 67% from 2, 4 of 6. So Goran Vidovic, Mr. Positive. The positive end of things here for Hangzhou. It is a 9-9 game, but there is foul number 7 on the Chinese squad, compared to 1 for the Latvians. 7 fouls after 4 minutes. They are in the bonus already, but Zigmars Raimo doesn't get the first one to go. Raimo now with the second attempt. Undershoots it wildly. An air ball and a free throw attempt. So Hangzhou is going to have to tune back the physicality here a little bit. Again, at 7 fouls already, Raimo got his hands in that pass. Vidovic kicks it out. Trajkovic, no mate. So Apsitis comes away with the board. Now laces, no. Raimo gets low, up and in. 10-9 for the Latvians, who look like they're in a good position, especially with the fouls this way. There's a nasty hesitation, but Raimo with the quick hands. A foul instead of a steal there. Trajkovic got Raimo up in the air and then got fouled for Kandava's second foul. Vladimir Trajkovic, the 27-year-old, ties things up at 10 as we approach the halfway mark in the game. Apsitis. It's 5 on the shot clock. There's Glouditis again, kicking it out to Apsitis. Can he get one to go? Finally, Karlis Apsitis sees one go through the net. Samardžić with the answer, but is left short. Glouditis now sharing with Laches. Laches misses one. And here we go again. The pace of the game is picking up. It's Trajkovic now trying to shake Laches with the crossover and the spin move. Scoop shot is up and in. And there's Glouditis working behind the screen. A foul on the play. That'll be 2 free throws as Bursak overcommitted on the switch there. Take a look again as Trajkovic with the cross and the spin. Glouditis bottoms. Kandava up by 2, possibly up by 3 after the next free throw. And Glouditis misses the freebie, gets his own rebound though. Now he's trying to cross up. Trajkovic. Raimo is underneath the basket. Vidovic with the quick hands. Hangzhou, another 2-point attempt. Trajkovic has been a little bit off today, but Vidovic again with the rebound. And a warning for defense in the key. Glouditis behind the back. Glouditis, all the speed in the world, stepping back. Another 2-point shot drained. Kristaps Gludidis is something special with that Wilson in his hand. Samardžić now, easy fake, easy lay. Everybody was out of there after that ball fake. Apsidis, Bursak almost takes his cookies. Good look again, Samardžić. Gets Gludidis out of his shoes with that fake. Vidovic now fouled on the two-point attempt. Smart play by Goran Vidovic, who felt the contact and went up with the shot. So 2 free throws coming up for Hangzhou with an opportunity to tie the game, even though they've been in the bonus for over 2 minutes already, and we still have 4 minutes left to go. Vidovic splashes the first. It's 15-14, an opportunity here to tie. And there you go, a 15-all tie. Kandava shared a rock, laces from the corner. And another 2-point lead for the Latvians. Hangzhou already took care of a Latvian team yesterday in Mārupe. Can they come back again? Vidovic, 17-17. Laches, different corners, same result. 19-17, Kandava. And I don't think this game is going to get to the limit, ladies and gentlemen. We got 3:40 left, but it's 19-17 for the Latvians. This could be considered an upset. It's your 7th seed going up against your 4th seed. Vidovic here splashes one, but right after it's Laches from the corner. He hit 2 twos in a row, getting his team a 2-point lead and closer to that 21-point mark to win the game. Trajkovic. A screen from Vidovic. Trajkovic lines one up, misses. And there's an opportunity here for Kandava to get the 4th seed out of there. Hangzhou, who won the Challenger last year, backs against the ropes, 20-17. The Latvians, they got him struggling. Vidovic looking for space, stepping all the way back, falling away on a 2-point make. It's 20-19. Kandava, game point. Gludidis the game ball in his hands. Crosses up, looking at Trajkovic. The rack attack, he fades away on the shot. It's missed. Oh, an open Vidovic in the corner. That could be it. That's it. Hangzhou come all the way back and win 21-20 on a game winner by Goran Vidovic. An incredible sequence to end the game there. They get the stop they need as Gludidis can't get a shot up and over Trajkovic. And then all by himself is Goran Vidovic with the game winner, the 28-year-old. Open in the corner, splashes another one. 2 big twos for him to close out the game. He put the team on his back like Atlas. And Hangzhou will be moving on to the semifinals after they squeak by Kandava Turība 21-20.
Allez, prochain match, les amis, ça se passera d'ici un peu plus de 10 minutes maintenant. Vous avez le temps, justement, tous et tous, d'aller vous rafraîchir dans la fan zone. Nos amis du bar Le Wallabies vous attendent au carré Wallabies pour aller vous rafraîchir, reprendre des forces, tout ce que vous voulez. L'après-midi va être très long.
So because that game ended early, we have about 10 minutes left before we see Riffa and Mārupe lace them up. The game slated to start right around 13:50, so 10 minutes from now. Y'all enjoy the sights here in Poitiers. Don't go anywhere. I'll be here.
La Pologne au prochain JO de Paris 2024. Juste après ces quarts de finale aux alentours de 14h40, 14h45, nous passerons au jeu pour vous. L'occasion, les 10 minutes qui vous seront offertes pour repartir avec des cadeaux offerts par nos partenaires. On va avoir tout ce qu'il faut. On va avoir des serviettes comme hier. On va avoir peut-être des ballons. On va avoir des repas à gagner également. first player, the number 0, Brian Debrecen.
Third 10-minute sprint back on deck, and that's not looking good for Team Riffa. Brian Debrecen injured his knee yesterday and is walking out on the court, but it's looking like Riffa will not be with his services for this game. Might not matter, though, as they've got a game under their belt with 3, and that man is playing out of his mind. Dennis Donkor, 9 points per game, hitting 50% of his twos. The man was too fast, too furious. You start calling him Don Toretto. He was getting by everyone yesterday. He's joined by Jonas Voorts and VVO, Vic van Oosterwijk. And again, Brian Debrecen, who's looking like he won't play in this one, bandaged up knee. They're playing a young Latvian squad. The upstarts making it out of the qualifying draw yesterday, Mārupe. And after that qualifying draw, even climbing out of the main draw after a defeat of Tel Aviv, 21-18 in that game. A very balanced squad. All 4 players are between 4.5 and 5 points per game. Here's your squad. Janis Ensonis, Markus Mamaj, Christers, Pauls Mara, and Martin Svidris. Mara, the sharpshooter in the squad, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Kishirong will get things going here. And the young fellas from Latvia, again, all these guys are under 23 years of age. They'll be taking on a mainstay squad in the pro circuit in Team Riffa. Again, the Volk's knee is bandaged up. There's some ice on there, so we're going to go ahead and say he's not playing in this one. So it all is going to come down to whether Donkor and Voorts can keep it going. They're the 1-2 punch now on the squad. Voorts at 6 points per game, hitting all of his shots inside the arc and 2 of 6 from outside the arc. Riffa, the co-sharpest shooting squad in the field, also at 47% from 2-point range, just like Hangzhou, who we just saw take down Kandava Turība, another Latvian squad. So Mārupe, the last option for Latvia here to climb into the semis. And interesting thing is Mārupe also hitting the most 2s out of any team in the field. They tried 30. They hit 10 of them. So not the best percentage as far as 2s. That's Antwerp's. But at least the highest volume. And that's interesting, especially going up against 3. And then Riffa, the worst rebounding team in the field. They're at 8.5 rebounds a game. And they're surely missing their leading rebounder in Brian Debrecen. So we'll see if Riffa can pull through against this young Mārupe squad. Again, seeding-wise, it's your 2nd seed going up against your 13th seed. And on paper, this should be a game in which Riffa is heavily favored. But again, they are playing with 3, and I like the way this young Latvian team plays 3x3 basketball. So I have to say this could be closer than we expect. We'll see. Mārupe will get us started here. Hesitation and a take by Svidris, who missed the lay. But it's Ensonis picking up the rebound and getting the first bucket on the board. Donkor to VVO. They got Voorts posting up, an offensive foul called on the play. Mamaj to Maura. Maura again, the sharpshooter on the squad, splashing a 2-ball. And the young Latvians are up 3-zip. Maura's out here taking names from long range. And Riffa has to come up with an answer here. Donkor to Voorts, great play there. VVO finishing it up with a lay. Beautiful offense by Riffa, the Bahraini squad, formerly known as Antwerp. Now it's Sanchonis getting fouled, going to the stripe. A free throw for the young fella. And it's a 4-1 lead for the Latvians, who again played 4 games yesterday and got 1 loss under their belt against Hangzhou. Not the game they needed down the stretch to make it out here in the quarterfinals. How's the 4 games in their legs going to affect their play, though? Voorts, bully ball, and it's 4-3. Voorts now, Mamaj trying to cross up Voorts. He gets by him, stops on a dime, gets the layup up, but it doesn't go in. Voorts with the board. Now he's got position on Mamaj as well. Voorts, a mismatch inside against the smaller Latvians. It's 4-4. Now Voorts trying to foul to stop the clock. Jonas Voorts, Jonas Ark. A size mismatch for one of the shorter teams in the field. Most of these guys, again, are under 23, haven't fully filled out yet. And taking advantage of that matchup in the paint. Maura launches one up and over. Voorts, no good. Misses the rim, so a shot clock violation is called. Temperatures in Poitiers are still decently hot. There's a little bit of a breeze. Again, rain expected later on today, but not there yet. Voorts now short on the 2, but Donkor gets the board away from the Latvians, but it's not cleared. There was a possession change there, so they had to clear the ball and gain right of offense. Donkor did not do that before he went up with the shot, so referee Kishirong saying that was my bad. So we will have Riffa back in possession. 11 on the shot clock. Donkor to VVO. Voorts again posting up. And it's again money. Maura trying to cross and sauce. Kicks it back out. Sanchonis. 2 balls up and in. And an and one there, as Voorts is just setting up shop in the paint. Maura this time leans in. Voorts finishes the shot. An opportunity from the free throw stripe for one more. He's gotten to the free throw stripe plenty yesterday. High percentage looks, but he missed one there. It's a 6-5 game. Svidris. Latvians aren't afraid to shoot, the Wilson. We know that. Donkor now to VVO. VVO on the move. Underneath the basket, a miss. Now it's 3-on-2. VVO still down. He's back up. Mamaj. Rebound picked up by Svidris. Kicks it back to Sanchonis. He has to take a shot. Stuck in the corner. Misses. Rebound back to Mārupe. And now a foul on the play as Sanchonis tries to attack Vic van Oosterwijk. Sanchonis is open 2 feet behind the line. He finds Maura undercut. 6-6 it is. Donkor Donkor. Quiet so far, but Dennis Donkor, we know he can go off for a bunch of points in a hurry. We got a seal underneath the basket. Maura fakes the pass, ups the shot, rims out, and 6-6 it remains. Dennis the Menace down to the body shot, and another and one for Jonas Ark. We're so used to seeing him play outside of the two-point arc. Now he's setting up shop underneath the basket, using that size and length to put Mārupe in the hurt locker. A second and one for Forts, and a free throw coming up after this TV timeout. If you've just tuned in, it's a three-man Riffa squad competing with four young Latvians. Brian de Valk out with a knee injury. If you're looking at this, why not take advantage of the little break we got here? Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell to get notified whenever we have a live stream going on. And then go to socials and hit us up at FIBA 3x3 on Instagram. Take a look at all the 3x3 action, especially with Mamaj trying to handle the Wilson like that. Fading away, gets blocked. Forts, great defense, kicks it out. Donkor back down to Forts. Gets his cookies taken. Mamaj with the long-range attempt. That's off. So Mārupe has cooled off a little bit from beyond the two-point arc. They will try a bunch. We know that. VVO, a deep one. Missed. Now Mamaj, another try from the corner. And it's a straight shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Mārupe tried to up the pace. Forts telling him to get in the weight room. Oh. An offensive foul called on Jonas Forts. Spins off of Maura here and then bumps him into the stanchion. That's foul number 5 on Riffa. Now we see foul number 6. Donkor is telling the troops to calm down. We still have a little less than 6 minutes to play. They are already at the bonus. Mamaj. Scoop shot is good. Mārupe back within 1. VVO is left wide open. Knuckleball's a 2. And then a foul called on the play. That's number 5 on Mārupe. Take a look back at Mamaj getting by and scooping in. Van Oosterwijk. Donkor, again, has been a little bit quiet so far. The leading scorer for this Riffa squad, who looked like a real menace yesterday, but Dennis so far quiet today. The game plan for Riffa is mainly going into Jonas Forts in the paint. Now he's guarding Zvidris. On the floor, Forts is open. They go to VVO though, not Donkor. Back to Forts. Forts, an easy, was that a dunk attempt? We count that as a dunk. Jonas Forts, the baby dunk, and then a 7th foul on Riffa. So Mārupe will go to the free throw stripe for 2 easy ones. VVO upset with himself. Late on the play, bumps into Censones here, who is back at the stripe. And that's easy money for the young Latvian. Censones, again, a member of the under 17 Europe Cup silver medal squad in 2022 for Latvia. Now moving on up into the pro circuit. Forts again. Donkor now open underneath the basket. 2 attempts are missed. Forts back out to Donkor. 1-2 punch there if Donkor is on the board. Riffa up 11-8. And Dennis Donkor finally getting involved. Another 2 free throws coming up for Chanchones. So the only thing keeping Mārupe in the game right now is the foul trouble that Riffa's in. It's their 8th foul. Inching closer to that double bonus even. And Chanchones bringing his team back within a possession. Donkor to Foods. It's broken up. Mamaj. Mārupe looking to play one-on-one basketball here. Mārupe, Mamaj slips on the play, kicks it out. Chanchones heaves a shot and undershoots it. Not a great possession for the Latvians. We'll get stuck play one-on-one basketball a bunch. And couldn't finish the play there. Donkor. A foul called underneath. Maura now picking up Mārupe's 6th. One-two between Furts and Donkor. This time a hard layup by Jonas Furts. And there's foul number 9 on Riffa. And now Brian de Valk gets a warning for talking to the referee. This is the pick and roll that put Riffa up 12-9. We'll see 2 free throws coming up for Mārupe after the timeout here. Some frustration by the Belgians, as again they've gotten in foul trouble. And let me remind you all that again this Riffa team is playing with just 3 people. That is one of the toughest things to do in all of 3x3. Temperatures are hot. Oh, now VVO has to step off the court. His knee's bleeding. And I do believe Riffa might have to play on with 2 for now. The Valk's not stepping on the court. We know that. And Riffa smartly called a timeout so VVO can get his knee checked out, because if this would have continued, Riffa would have had to play with. So now VVO's bandaged up. Referees are holding them down to play. They're still working on VVO. So VVO is bandaged up, and play continues in Poitiers here. No shooter's bounds on that one for Maura. Second one's a make. We're back within a possession. 3:50 on the clock here in our 3rd quarterfinal in Poitiers. Furts to Donkor. Donkor pulls up for 2. Rims out. Back to Mārupe. There's Svidris. They take turns going one-on-one. A step back. Svidris misses. Mārupe's efficiency has gone down, and they've started going into one-on-one sets, which is very beneficial to the Riffa squad as one player gets exerted, but the other ones are just standing around and waiting. Not a lot of movement to get these Riffa guys tired. Forwards to VVO, again that pretty play, and again a lay, 13-10. Zviedris loses to Wilson and loses his footing. Now it's 14-10. Now Riffa's cruising a little bit. We got 3 minutes left. Zviedris again one-on-one. Maura launches one, no good. Rebound's tapped out of bounds. So Mārupe, again, a lot of one-on-one action here, and it has not been working. Riffa's been playing resilient defense. They're patient, they stay with the Wilson, they don't bite on fakes. But I think that's foul number 10 on Riffa. It's an offensive foul, so it won't be 2 free throws and possession, but they are in the double bonus. So next defensive foul will be 2 free throws coming up for Mārupe and possession as well. Mamaj trying to shake Donkor. Mamaj stepping back, launching a 2, no good. Donkor securing the Wilson. Gets it back from VVO. Now it's Forts with the power dribble and a bully move. Jonas Forts is on one in this game, using that size to his advantage. A turnover now. Donkor with the quick take, missed. Bodies are flying, but it's Mārupe coming away with it. Chenchonis fakes. 2 steps and an easy lay. 15-11. 2 possessions again in this game, but it's Forts just continuing the action here. The man is like a truck underneath the basket. No one's stopping him. And Mārupe has gone very, very cold from the outside. No 2-point makes. And now a foul called on the young Latvians. VVO looks like he is gassed. But Forts might be working on double figures already. Splashing a freebie. Great game plan by Riffa here, going into Forts again and again. Just outplaying the size matchup. And Jonas Forts delivering like a DoorDash driver. Chenchonis going to the rack, is blocked by Forts. Get that mess out of here. Jonas Forts doing everything in this game. A screen now for Donkor. VVO with the fake and a pull-up. Osevec almost got his own rebound back. We need a Jonas Forts appreciation post because he just tried to break the backboard with that block. Maura. And again, Mārupe has gone ice cold from outside the arc. Can't hit a shot to save themselves whatsoever. And that spells trouble against an experienced Riffa squad who, even though they're playing with 3, got their game plan on point. Forts now on a sportsmanlike foul on Mārupe. So Mārupe now up to 11 fouls, which is not going to help being down 7 points. So it'll be a lesson for the young Latvians. Never mind, that was foul number 9. That was corrected at the scorer's table, so there will be rebounding on the free throws here. VVO makes the second one. It's a 19-11 game. Maura tries another two. Finally, they see one go through the net, but it might just be too little too late with a minute 20 on the clock. 13-19. And Donker could end things with a shot from the corner. Dennis Donkor, thank you and good night. That's 21-13. Riffa with 3 players move on into the semifinals. A masterful game plan with Jonas Voerts at the center of things, literally and figuratively. The shooter playing underneath the basket and dominating the young Latvians underneath the rim. And look again as Dennis the Menace splashes a 2 to end things. Riffa will be in the semifinals. Mārupe is out.
D'ici quelques instants maintenant, il va s'opposer l'équipe de Liman, équipe serbe contre l'équipe du Warsaw, Lotto, équipe polonaise. La première équipe entrée, équipe de Liman, équipe serbe from Serbia. First player, the number 1, Stefan Kojic.
You can hear the Serbian music, and that can only mean one thing. It's Liman coming out. There's your leading scorer on the squad, Dusan Popovic, 7 points per game. He's joined by Chef Koya, Stefan Kojic, and Stretch, as well as Stojanovic, the new addition, with 50% of his twos yesterday, 4 of 8. And Liman picked up 2 victories in pool play, beating Bordeaux Ballistik 21-17 and Plunge 21-15. They're going to face a Warsaw Lotto squad that got beaten by Vienna in a very close contest, 21-19, and then managed a takedown of Bordeaux to remain in the game. It was Zebo with 10 big points in that game. And he's joined by the Polar Bear, Bogucki, leading the squad at 7 points, 5.5 rebounds. Filip Machak and Mikhail Samsonovic round out the Warsaw Lotto squad. They got a huge mismatch, but it's an interesting mismatch because Liman have Stefanovic, who's a very capable inside player, but he's given up some height now. The Polar Bear standing 216. Popovic. Freebies missed. The rebound's bouncing around. It ends up in the hands of Machak. Machak spinning, lefty layup, no good. Warsaw having a little bit of trouble scoring that Wilson stretch, same spot. Another miss. It's saved inbounds and somehow ends up at Stojanovic. Stojanovic now open, but an offensive foul called on the play. Foul number 2 on Liman. High post action again for Liman. That play that we know they're going to run. Kojic splash ball. 5-1. Machak drawing the contact and going up and off the glass. They have not been able to find a polar bear underneath the basket just yet. Then Liman get another one from Kojic. But I don't think the ball was cleared. So that score is wiped off the board. No right of offense for Liman on that play. Now we see the Poles do some work on a Zebo cut. Kojic again for 2. And we've gotten to our first TV timeout. And the difference in the game so far, a single Stefan Kojic 2. And a very low-scoring affair here, 5-3 after 3.5 minutes of play, or 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Warsaw have the biggest mismatch on the court with Adrian Bogucki, but he hasn't been found yet inside the paint and pushed off of his spots. Machak to Zebo. Zebo catching underneath. Foul on the play. That's number 2 on Liman. Actually, 3 and a key called on Zebo there. A push-off foul maybe even, as Warsaw now is at 6 fouls. Kojic kicking it out there, Stojanovic. He also hasn't been able to hit 2s today. Again, 50% from 2 yesterday. Takes a drive now, flips it into Popovic. A warning for playing defense in the key after a made bucket for Popovic, who receives the shovel pass off of Stojanovic for an easy lay. That's where Popovic did all of his work yesterday. He's again at 7 points per game. Led the field and a southpaw spike from the polar bear. Kojic now. No good. Back down to the polar bear. And Adrian Bogucki picks up a foul in the process. Take a look again as the polar bears smash in with the left. Samsonovic lost Popovic. Puts one in his eye. Popovic on skates against Michael Samsonovic. Now Machak tries to get a steal, can't control the Wilson. It's out with stretch, top of the key, no good. Popovic, a foul called on the rebound. And that's foul number 3 on the Serbian squad. Zebo now willing himself into a layup. Warsaw's up 1. Adrian Bogucki, you heard the scream, and 1. Bogucki picking up a foul underneath the basket, and a lefty hook shot to go down with that. Warsaw up 2 points here against Liman. Make that 3 after the polar bear splashes. Kojic under pressure. Easy shot for the chef. Cooking up another 2. There's Kojic again. Can he get 2 in a row? Take a look as Bogucki and Stefanovic fighting for the rebound. Bogucki sees it go out of bounds off of his hand. So as we approach the halfway mark, Warsaw holding on to a 1-point lead over Liman. It's been Kojic getting all the buckets. The man is shooting. Chef Koya puts his team up 1, unlocking the sniper scope. Always going to his left. And Kojic is feeling it. Zebo with an answer for Warsaw. That's 11-10 after a made 2. A slow start to the game now sees both teams picking up the pace. Popovic underneath the basket with an easy finish, tying things at 11. Machak. Offensive foul called on the play. That's foul number 7 on Warsaw. Because it's an offensive foul, we will not see free throws as a result. But we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left until we know who will play Riffa in the semifinals. And Stretch picking up the rebound, puts his team up 1. Liman now in the lead. Zebo. Stojanovic gets the ball out of his hands. Back to the chef. And that's foul number 8 on Warsaw Lotto. The team that drew the most fouls yesterday, now they're in foul trouble. Then Missed shot by Stojanovic. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Possession back to the Serbians. As Adrian the Giant got his mitts on that, but look at Zebo. Machak driving, hanging, but getting blocked. Stretch with the go-go gadget arms. Filip Machak not having the best of games here. Got his team to 10 fouls earlier. They're in the double bonus. They can't be physical whatsoever. Kojic knows it, goes to the rack, gets an easy layup. 4-point difference we are again. Then Machak, a very quick shot. Kojic. And now a technical foul issued for flopping on Warsaw. That is number 11. So the Poles are coming off the rails. Warsaw Lotto committing foul after foul after foul. Now a technical issued for flopping on a screen. Kojic, again, he knows what to do with these type of free throws. You know what? There goes that announcer's jinx again. Kojic to Stretch. Back to Kojic, same spot he always shoots from. This time it's a miss. So it's 19-13 here. Liman in control of the game. And both points and fouls. And a long-range shot will end things. Stretch, attacking the rack, Stretch, hanging and hitting. The end one coming up. Stefanovic with the take and the make. Stefanovic here taking the contact. Zebo committing the foul. Great awareness to hit the shot. Now the game's in his hands. Liman are not in the semifinals yet. Stretch another opportunity here. Liman could make it to their first semifinals of the year, and they do just that. A 21-13 takedown of Warsaw Lotto will put Liman up against Riffa for one of the spots in the Debrecen Masters. We will see them again in the semifinals that are about to start in a little bit here. And that's it for Warsaw Lotto. A good fight, but not enough. Too many fouls. Not too much discipline on the play there. So Liman take this one 21-13. We got a short break coming up as we get ready to get our semifinals underway. Those games slated to start at 2:50 local time as we take another look at the brackets. We started today with Vienna taking care of Bordeaux. Then Hangzhou miraculously took down Kandava, Turība, Riffa, an easy one against Mārupe. And Liman, same result against Warsaw at setting up the semis. If I've seen a tournament with 4 unbeaten teams in the semifinals, it's this one. So no losses in the semifinal teams. We'll see how they do. Again, that's slated to start in 15 minutes. 2:50 local time. We'll start Vienna against Hangzhou. Don't go anywhere. I'll be here.
Il va me falloir un ou une participante qui va vouloir venir nous mettre des jolis shoots ici. Qui veut participer? Il faut quelqu'un d'un peu plus âgé. Il n'a pas le droit au cocktail. Cocktail avec alcool, c'est interdit. Papa, il veut? Monsieur, avec les lunettes, allez. Non, le papa. Non, il n'a pas envie. Bon, ici, est-ce que quelqu'un... Mademoiselle derrière. Allez, viens avec moi. Première participante qui va peut-être repartir avec le cadeau offert par Aux Heures Heureuses. Tu t'appelles comment? Andrea. Andrea, c'est tout simple. Je te donne la balle. Tu vas avoir 12 secondes. La ligne à ne pas dépasser, elle est ici. Pendant les 12 secondes, il faut que tu rentres 2 shoots. Si tu rentres les 2 shoots, tu repars avec ce repas complet pour 2 personnes. Poitiers, on la motive, Andrea. On fait du bruit pour elle. Allez, attention, Andrea, tu as 12 secondes. 3, 2, 1, à toi. Premier shoot qui rentre très vite. Allez, encore 10 secondes, Andrea. 10 secondes. Si tu me mets ce deuxième shoot sans dépasser cette ligne de zone. Allez, attention, dernier shoot. On n'en était pas loin. On n'en était pas loin. Allez, je vais te reprendre le ballon, Andrea. On peut l'applaudir bien fort. Et ici, tu repars quand même avec un cadeau. C'est KFC. KFC qui t'offre un repas. Tu vas prendre... Non, on prend pas de photo aujourd'hui. C'est l'arnaque. Il n'y a plus de photographe aujourd'hui. Allez, Andrea, bien joué à toi. Il va falloir un ou une nouvelle participante. Monsieur, allez, viens avec moi. Je remets en jeu une nouvelle fois ce repas pour 2 personnes. Tu t'appelles comment? Andéon? Ok, tu viens d'où? De Paris. Ok. Bon, t'as compris les règles. 12 secondes. Si tu rentres les 2 shoots, tu peux shooter d'où tu veux. Du moment que tu ne rentres pas dans cette raquette, 2 shoots rentrés, tu repars avec ton repas. Allez, attention. 3, 2, c'est bon, on les a nos 2 vainqueurs. Enfin, on a failli pas vous les offrir, serpent. Bon, monsieur le DJ, on s'endort là. Tu nous les réveilles un petit peu? Allez, motivation Poitiers, applaudissements une nouvelle fois pour Mélissa. Austria, Vienna. The number 4, applaudissements, applause for Enis Boati.
And we're back to it. The semifinals on deck here at the Poitiers Challenger 2024. Vienna coming out first, unbeaten. They're your number 1 seed out here. They took down Bordeaux Ballistik 19-12 in the quarterfinals on the back of a balanced effort. 7 points from Nice, Enis Murati. Nico Kaltenbrunner had 6. Sonel had 4 rebounds and 3 points. And Diggs again with a big rebounding game. 8 boards for Quinsanity. But they're taking on last year's champs, Hangzhou. Hangzhou barely managed to beat Kandava Turība. It was a nail-biter. They were down, got 2 big twos from Goran Vidovic. That man right there, Mr. Positive. He had 13 points, did not miss a single 2-point shot, 4 for 4. A ridiculous performance by Goran Vidovic, Dusan Samardzic, Vladimir Chajkovic, and Alexander Bursak round out the 4 for the Chinese side. And again, Goran Vidovic was just spectacular. 13 points. 4 of 4 from 2, 2 of which down the stretch of a game that needed him to hit both. Now they face their number 1 seed here. And there's Vlad and Dorothy Okoch. These teams met up last year at the Taipei Challenger in the semifinals. That was a Vienna win. Last year's champs on the court. They're dressed in green. Hangzhou from China. And they track down the rebound here. Vidovic tries to go into Samardzic. A foul on the play. Vidovic trying to shake Diggs, floats it up there. Vidovic misses the shot, corrals his own rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Goran Vidovic, the leading scorer on this squad throughout 2 days of play. He's at 9.7 points per game after that masterful outing in the quarterfinals. Now he stops Murati. Murati comes up and gets fouled. Again, all these teams in the semis are undefeated. So the 3 spots for Debrecen are still to be determined depending on the results and the amount of points scored, as places 1, 2 in the finals, but also the best out of the 2 losers in the semifinals will pick up a spot. And the best is determined by the amount of points scored total, as the win-loss record will reflect a tie. And there's Kaltenbrunner with the miss, but a foul on Hangzhou again. They fouled very quickly at the start of their last game. After 4 minutes of play, they were in the bonus. Now, after 1 minute and 15, they're at 4 fouls again. The burner burns the nets with the freebie. Vienna's on the board, 2-1. There's Vidovic speeding to the rack. Diggs hands it off. Kaltenbrunner now. Sonil taking that shot. No good. Vidovic is open underneath the basket. Gets spiked by Diggs. Quinsanity with the rejection. You could call that Quincredible. Anyway, I'll let myself out after that. Kaltenbrunner with the board. Vienna looking at a 2-point deficit here. It's Sonil on the move back to the burner. Kaltenbrunner trying to get by Trajkovic. Bumping, but losing to Wilson. Trajkovic is open in the corner. Trajkovic, again, a good day yesterday, but couldn't manage to get going in their game against Kandava. Splash ball, 4-4. Vienna ties things. Vidovic on the move. Samardzic, a knuckleball, 2 again. Hangzhou up. 2 points again. Diggs sees that one go through the nets.
We're just having fun. We don't care who sees.
Take a look at Sonel double clicking like a computer mouse. And then getting it a rack too. Keeping his team in things here in a 6-5 game.
So what? I keep it rolled up, sagging my pants, not caring what I show. Keep it real with my niggas, keep it playing for these hoes. And look clean, don't it? Watched it the other day, watch how you lean on it. Eat me some 501 jeans on it, roll joints bigger than King Kong.
And Vidovic now chasing down the board. Sonel with the steal, keeps it inbounds. Kaltenbrunner. Kaltenbrunner on the move, kicks it out. Murati, crisp on a 2 like fresh sneakers. Take a look again as Enis Murati cooler than a penguin on that 2-ball. 7-6 Vienna. Hangzhou tied things again. Bursak inside the paint. Kaltenbrunner with the miss this time. Now foul on the floor as Quincy Diggs try to stop Bursak from getting position. And Vidovic again taking it to the rack, switches hands midair, missing the shot. But Vidovic going left, driving like a fairway. It's tough to stop for this Vienna squad. Pick and roll action, Trajkovic is open. Can't connect, Samardzic gets his mitts on the Wilson. Vidovic back to it. Going left again. This time he misses underneath. There's Samardzic again with a rebound. Trajkovic now. Looking to attack Kaltenbrunner with 2 hesitations and a nasty layup. An answer there for Sonel with the and one. Fabio Sonel off the pick and roll action, stronger than old sock smell. An and one opportunity for the Austrian. Missing a freebie. Hangzhou back to it. The game's tied at 8. Diggs this time opts against the shot. He's on the drive, finding Kaltenbrunner. Kaltenbrunner, no good. Kaltenbrunner, 2-man game with Murati, and that man tries a 2 again. Murati traces down his own board. Now he's on the move, stepping behind the line. And Murati's accuracy is a little bit off. After splashing the 2-ball earlier, Vidovic is hounded by the burner on the floor now. Samardzic has to do something. Flips up a 2. And a foul called on the rebound. Vidovic. Knuckleballs up a 2. And that's from the deep like Aquaman. A 10-8 lead, Hangzhou. Diggs now leaving everybody behind. Diggs again. Going left, stopping and scoring. Diggs in the paint like Monet. Ties the game up at 10. Diggs will take a seat. And Bursak will receive the pass underneath the basket. Gotta say, Bursak, a pretty good finisher so far. Hasn't missed a lot of shots. Was perfect from the floor yesterday. Brings his team back within one. So Nil again, flipping it back to Kaltenbrunner. Kaltenbrunner on the move, attacking Bursak in the paint, no good, but a foul. And timeout on the floor. It's a 1-point Vienna lead. Hangzhou looking to hang on to the hope that they can repeat as Poitiers Challenger champs here. But this Vienna squad is a tough cookie to deal with. Vidovic, though, has been back to his ways, heating up like the stove is on. Sonil in the paint spinning, going into Vidovic, who smacks his shot out. 15-12, Vidovic now gets and Vidovic gets the second one to go down. It's one possession game now, 15-13. They go into Sonil again.
finale de cet après-midi, équipe de Riffa from Bahrain, the number 0, Brian Demarche.
It's Riffa from Bahrain, and Brian Novalk is sauntering out there again. His knee not good. Let's just say that. He's not able to go today, and his team's left playing with 3. They did beat Mārupe with 3, 21-13. Jonas Voorts, 14 points and 7 rebounds. Also 7 highlights for a ridiculous 5-5. He didn't miss on 11 attempts from inside the arc. Jonas Voorts just shining. Don't need too much from Dennis Donker besides 8 rebounds. This will be the biggest test for this team Riffa just yet, as they take on Liman, a savvy Serbian squad, and they got 14 points out of that man. Chef Koya was cooking up a Michelin star type dish in their takedown of Warsaw Lotto. Stretch kept big Adrian Bogucki down, and Aleksa Stojanovic and Popovic round out the Serbian foursome. They made it out of the quarterfinals for the first time this year. They're looking to qualify to the Debrecen Masters is Liman. Again, they are taking on a 3-man Riffa squad who had a in our last semifinal of the day. Stojanovic stepping back, trying the 2 right away. EVO with the board. They go down to Voorts. He opts out of the post up, tries a fake, is blocked by Stretch. And here we go again. Kojic looking at Donkor. Dennis the Man is a good defender. Kojic, they get a switch, and Popovic with an easy layup because of it. Donkor stepping back, losing Popovic on the play. BVO tracks it down. There's Voorts open in the corner. Oh, he had Stojanovic on skates. Foul as a result. First one on Liman. Oh, yikes. That's a business decision there by Stojanovic. Almost dropped to the floor after that Voorts jab step. Another whistle on the play. And that's number 2 on the Serbs. Liman tend to use a bunch of fouls early to stop the other team from scoring. They like to try to go up themselves through scores in that stage of the game. Now VVO tries a wild shot. It's a 1-2 combination between Chef Koya and Stretch. Kojic now sweeping in for the righty layup. And it's 2-zip Liman. And Riffa needs to be on the board here. Donkor, zoink. That's the sound you make in a cartoon, right? Zoink when you're fast. Anyway, Donkor on the board. Riffa still down a point. Stojanovic attacking Voorts with the layup. It's 3-1 now. A warning extended on Liman for playing defense in the key. Kojic will return to the court. We'll take a look back at Stojanovic with the jelly. Donkor midi, no. Kojic directing traffic here, getting a screen from Popovic, trying to lose Donkor. He's on the move, kicks it out. There's Stojanovic, no good. Now BVO is looking to do something with that Wilson. Popovic's assignment is just to hound Donkor. He uses another foul to stop him from scoring. Again, a tactic for Liman's been working in the past. They commit a bunch of fouls early to stop the scores and then try to score themselves. And look at this, they're up 3-1. They got 3 fouls already though after 2 minutes of play. Voorts to BVO. A ball screen for Van Oosterwijk. Voorts popping after the screen. Hasn't hit a 2-point shot today. Misses only 2 attempts in the last game. Now commits a foul after chasing down his own rebound. There's foul number 4 on Liman. That's an offensive foul. Turnover. Might be a costly one here. Those fouls are racking up quickly. Voorts with the no-look pass. Dishing and diming. Stojanovic sweeping in. Lefty hook. 4-2. Donkor. Donkor looking at Kojic. Donkor finding space against Kojic. He gets him on a spin move. Fading on his shot. Dennis the Menace. 4-3. Now a foul on Riffa. And we are right under the 7-minute mark. So a TV timeout will get the Bahraini fellas some oxygen. And again, if you just tune in, Brian de Valk not playing today. His knee is bothering him, and he was on the bench, but not active. So Riffa playing with 3 against a savvy 4-man Serbian squad in Liman. Kojic, no space to work with as BVO is in his back pocket. BVO and Kojic, and that's not great defense. There's some frustration with Kojic screaming at his teammates. Inefficient offense by Liman, something we're not used to. Kojic showing that frustration. Donkor now, backdoor cut. They use their trick that Liman uses on their own. Donkor, though, can't get shot to go. Stojanovic now. Behind the back, loses to Wilson. Popovic. Back to Stojanovic. Stojanovic trying to freeze Furts. Stojanovic stepping back. A deep two is launched. Furts with the rebound.
Équipe de Riffa pour le moment menée sur le score de 4-3. Mohamed Riffa est classé 7e mondial, 3e meilleure équipe du monde.
And Riffa with a third foul committed here. Stefanovic, a beautiful play there. A flip back to Kojic. Kojic in and out. Popovic picks up the mesh and finishes up the play. It's 5-3. Furts now to VVO. Ball screen action. VVO trying to attack Popovic. Got the bump, but not the bucket. And then Stretch scores for Liman again. It's 6-3 now. Donkor speeding to the rack. Kojic got in the way, so a midi pull-up is splashed by the Menace. And fatigue might be setting in here for Riffa, as there's not a lot of ball pressure. There are a lot of fouls.
5 minutes 34 pour chronomètre. L'équipe de Liman qui mène 2 points. Face à l'équipe de Bahreïn, Riffa classé 7e mondial.
And now Kojic is on the stripe for, it's looking like 2 free throws after the 4th foul on Riffa. And Kojic knows just what to do with that. As we mentioned before, the man is a straight shooter. He's your 3rd leading scorer in the tournament. 26 points so far before this game. So a 3-point lead now for Liman. Riffa, again, playing from behind here and playing with 3. That's not very favorable for the Bahraini team. Stojanovic. And now another foul on Furts this time, who knew he got out-positioned by Stefanovic and held on to him. Stojanovic. Stojanovic, a righty hook. Rebound Riffa, and a travel called on the play. A warning extended to Riffa. To 5, Donkor now trying to answer. It's 9-6 as a result. Kojic. A saucy dish by Kojic there. Easy layup for Popovic. And a kickball violation on the play. To Furts. They look for Donkor again. Donkor before the shot, a foul called on the play. That's foul number 6 on Liman. So both teams at the bonus. Next defensive foul will be 2 free throws. And a fresh 12 for Riffa to work with. They go looking for Donkor again. Donkor, a quick pull up. That's down. 10-8. This is what Riffa needed to get back in this game. A spark from Dennis the Menace, who now is guarding Stojanovic. Stojanovic, and an offensive foul in the play. No free throws, but possession back over to Riffa, who seem to have grabbed a little bit of the momentum here. Now tries to flip it back to Fords. Fords, no space. VVO is open, but a kickball violation. And you can clearly see the game plan for Liman is not to give Jonas Fords any space. The man is a knockdown shooter. They are on him anytime he catches it outside of the arc. So a second TV timeout in a tight game. We've seen some beautiful pick and roll action so far. Dennis Donkor came up with a big shot to pull his team within 2. Donkor 2 feet behind the line like gym class, and it's good again, 10-10. Stretch. And now it's Riffa tapping that out. Again, the momentum leaning a little bit to the yellow squad here. Just under 4 minutes to go in a tight game. Who's going to make it to the final here in Poitiers? Pojic. Popovic gets that in somehow. Flips it behind his head. Donkor. Donkor looking at Pojic. Donkor. And there's Forts on the pick and roll. Forts has had a great day of basketball. And now a foul on Riffa. That's number 7, so 2 free throws coming up for the Serbs. VVO got handsy on that screen. Popovic calmly knocks in the first one. Donkor pulls up for 2 again. This time it's a miss. And we have approached the 3-minute mark in the game. It's a low-scoring affair, which, and again, we'll have to take our calculators out, but the loser will be graded on amount of points scored total for maybe a trip to Debrecen. So low scoring ain't good for either of these teams, specifically not the loser, but Riffa now committing an 8th foul. Stretch forgetting to make that free throw. There's Forts underneath the basket again, dribbling out of the action. VVO now by himself, but it's rejected. Stretch blocking that like your friend request. Can't get the ball to him though. But take a look again as Stretch getting more blocks than Minecraft. Forwards on the move here. Fakes, Kojic makes, and it's a tied game. 12-12. A nail biter out here in Poitiers. Kojic on the move now, tries the Euro step, gets it up and over Doncourt. VVO. Back to Doncourt. Doncourt trying to use his speed. He loses Kojic all the way, but can't get the shot to go down. So Liman now an opportunity to go up. There's your shooter right there, Stefan Kojic, but no good. Stojanovic with the board. Kojic again. Into Popovic, great team play by Liman. Stojanovic is open and on the floor, a foul called on the play. And that's gonna be 2 free throws coming up for Stojanovic. And it's Riffa that has to start watching out here because they are at the double bonus. Next defensive foul will be 2 free throws and possession. And Stojanovic calmly knocks down the freebies. Liman is up 3. Riffa needs something now with under 2 minutes. Forts backing down and throwing it in. Stojanovic now on the move. He loses VVO, has to take a shot after a fake. Doncourt with the rebound. Doncourt gets it back. They need something right now. Riffa needs Doncourt to step up and get a shot going. It's Forwards to Doncourt, midi, no good. We're at a minute 30 in a 2-point game here. Kojic. Oh, the man's crafty enough to be on Etsy. Misses the shot. Stefanovic comes away with the board. A 3-point lead again. VVO makes it 2 again. A timeout called by Riffa. You see these fellas are out of gas. No words spoken because they need all the oxygen they can get. It's the Vault who's injured, who's speaking life into his troops. VVO off that backdoor cut made it a 1-possession game with a minute 6 to go. And the Riffa fellas are fully out of gas. Again, playing with 3. be made here by Riffa to stop the clock. So they're going to have to get a stop, a quick bucket, and then do something special. They get a turnover here. So with 12 seconds on the clock, they get a Liman turnover. 11.8 left in a 3-point game. So it's 2 possessions that have these teams separated. They need a quick shot and then maybe a stop. Forts to Donkor. Donkor pulls up, gets it to Forts, an easy layup, but 6 seconds on the clock, they can't foul. Stojanovic keeps the rock, and that's all she wrote. Stojanovic puts the last 2 in. It's 21-17. Liman take care of Riffa and move on to the finals, where they will play Vienna. And Liman again automatically qualified to the Debrecen Masters as the top 3.
Allez Poitiers, pendant cette petite pause d'une demi-heure, je vais vous demander d'accueillir ici sur le practice notre groupe qui s'appelle Otam. Applaudissements pour Otam.
Salut Poitiers, est-ce que vous allez bien? Ça va, ça se passe bien. Du coup, on va partir en mode battle, 1 contre 1, et ça va se jouer à l'applaudimètre, d'accord? Du coup, on aura besoin de vous, les danseurs, ils vont s'affronter. Donc, Poitiers, est-ce que vous êtes prêts ou pas? Oh là là, vous êtes calme, faites pas beaucoup de bruit. Poitiers, est-ce que vous êtes prêts? Donc, pour le premier battle, je vais appeler Lucien face à Ben Ali. Let's go, du bruit pour eux, s'il vous plaît. Lucien, Ben Ali, un passage chacun. Let's go. Poitiers, on peut taper des mains, on peut leur donner de l'énergie. Et c'est Ben Ali qui ouvre. Oh là 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 là, la réponse. Lucien. Benali passe à Lucien, du bruit pour eux. Alors attention, maintenant c'est à vous. Ça joue au bruit. Un maximum de bruit pour Benali. Un maximum de bruit pour Lucien. Vous êtes trop calme. Là, même ça se voit à l'applaudimètre. Pour Benali. Lucien. Ah, c'est chaud. Ça ne veut pas grand chose, vous êtes trop calme. Attention, on enchaîne Henri face à Chico. Henri, Chico. Poitiers, vous êtes chaud. Oh là là, vous êtes calme, je sais que j'ai fait lourd aujourd'hui, mais quand même. Si vous tapez pas des mains, c'est vous qui venez danser après. Let's go. On dit la réponse. Oh là là. Yeah, Henri. Ah là là, et il vole plus quand même. Alors maintenant c'est à vous. Un maximum de bruit pour Henri. Et là-bas il y a des fans. Un maximum de bruit pour Thibaut. En vrai c'est chaud à l'oreille comme ça. Henri. Thibaut. Et pour moi c'est Henri. Donc Thibaut va rester là pour être face à Lucien et après on se fait la petite finale. Let's go, Lucien, tu commences. Ça va, vous kiffez? Ça se passe. Lucien, c'est à toi. Au taf. Lucien. Thibaut la réponse.
Allez les amis, prenez très vite votre téléphone en main. Vous allez flasher le petit QR code qui est là-haut. On vous a fait gagner des cadeaux hier. On recommence aujourd'hui. Le but du jeu, petit questionnaire. Les 3 meilleurs à la fin de ce jeu remporteront des cadeaux offerts par notre partenaire GRDF. Allez, on va laisser à tout le monde les 2-3 petites minutes, le temps de s'inscrire. Et ensuite, on commencera ce questionnaire. Et si jamais vous êtes trop loin du QR code, ne vous énervez pas sur votre téléphone. Surtout, vous allez directement sur l'adresse internet www.kahoot.it, K-A-H-O-O-T.it. Vous pourrez vous inscrire pour le jeu. Ne cassez surtout pas votre téléphone si vous êtes trop loin. Rendez-vous sur le www.kahoot.it. 10 minutes avant de commencer. On attend. Vous avez 10 minutes pour vous inscrire. Le temps d'aller... Ah bon? Oui, il m'annonce. J'ai des mauvaises infos. Bon, vous avez quand même le temps d'aller au carré ou à la bise pour aller vous désaltérer. En attendant, vous prenez votre téléphone. Vous pouvez répondre aux questions. Vous allez voir, les questions, elles sont ultra faciles. Culture générale, culture basket, un peu de tout. Allez, quelques instants encore pour vous inscrire, les amis. Ensuite, questionnaire. Allez, début du jeu, d'ici 30 secondes environ, le quiz GRDF. On a des cadeaux magiques ici, mais alors magiques. Vous allez vous régaler, vous allez voir le grand vainqueur ou la grande vainqueur va repartir très heureux ce soir. GRDF Kilo Royal. Allez les amis, attention, début de notre jeu d'ici 20 secondes. Les gars, on est prêts? Allez, attention, première question sur l'écran. Je découvre les questions en même temps que vous. Le thème biodéchets. Je vous l'avais dit, hein, culture basket. Allez, attention, première question. Depuis quand est-il obligatoire de trier ces biodéchets? 4 réponses. Le rouge dans les années 800 avant Jésus-Christ, 2020, 2024 ou depuis hier. Allez, déjà 89 réponses, 94. Tout le monde doit avoir la bonne réponse, c'est obligé. 5 secondes encore pour répondre à cette première question. C'est terminé. La bonne réponse était depuis 2024. Eh ben génial, génial. 20 bonnes réponses. Je ne vous applaudis pas. Allez, attention, résultat qui est en tête après cette première question. Je suis plus là. Où elle est où? Je suis plus là. Levez la main. Qui est je suis plus là? Là. Ah, parfait. Toi, je t'applaudis par contre. Bien joué. Allez, attention, deuxième question. Pourquoi est-il important de trier ces biodéchets? Pour réduire le coût de gestion des déchets, pour sauver la planète, pour produire du compost et de l'énergie. Et sinon, toutes les réponses précédentes. Allez les amis, 7 secondes encore pour répondre. GRDF qui va vous régaler à la fin de ce questionnaire. Toutes les réponses précédentes, c'était la réponse verte. Réponse numéro 4, vous étiez 38 à répondre. Ça s'améliore, ça s'améliore. Vous allez finir avec une énorme culture déchets, biodéchets, etc. à la fin de ce jeu. Et je suis plus là qui est toujours là. Tu bosses chez GRDF, non? Ah. Allez, nouvelle question, la 3e sur 5. Que peut-on mettre dans le bac biodéchets? Le bas ou le bac? Le bas. Allez, première réponse, les impôts. Deuxième, les restes de repas, épluchures de fruits et légumes, les sacs à bain, ou alors les couches de ton petit frère ou ta petite soeur, les gars. Vous abusez là. Allez, 3 secondes encore pour donner la bonne réponse. La réponse était reste de repas, épluchures de fruits et légumes. Magnifique, vous étiez 85 à donner la bonne réponse. Attention, notre leader est-il toujours leader? Ouh, il est toujours là. Il est toujours là. actionnaire GRDF, j'en suis certain. Allez, attention, question numéro 4 sur 5. Quel est le pourcentage des biodéchets dans les ordures ménagères? 10, 40 000, 50 ou 30%. Dur vos questions, les gars, là. Attention, je sais que les cadeaux GRDF sont énormes, d'où la difficulté des questions, mais tout de même. Allez, attention, 5 secondes encore pour répondre. 30%. La majorité avait la bonne réponse. Qui est en tête à la fin de cette 4e question? Ouh là là, où il chute, où il chute. Big J, qui est Big J? Il est où? Où elle est où? Non. Elle est où? Là? Je vois rien. Là? C'est toi? Oh, magnifique. Allez, dernière question, 5 sur 5. Dernière chance de repartir avec les cadeaux GRDF. Quelle partie des déchets du jardin peut être compostée? Les vieilles branches. Je ne sais pas s'il y a un sous-entendu derrière ça. Les feuilles mortes et tontes de pelouse. Les moritos ou les nains de jardin du voisin. Réponse rouge, réponse verte, elles sont un peu tendancieuses, non? Allez, attention, réponse d'ici moins de 5 secondes. La bonne réponse était la réponse bleue, les feuilles mortes et tontes de pelouse. Attention, c'était la dernière question. Roulement de tambour, qui vont être les 3 premiers? Numéro 3, Poitiers. Où est Poitiers? Où est Marine en numéro 2? Et enfin, vainqueur. Big G. Allez, il me faut Big G, il me faut Marine et il me faut Poitiers. Les 3 vainqueurs, les 3 premières places, venez me rejoindre ici. Notre Big G. Ça fait 2 jours d'affilée où sous la tente du 3-3 ça gagne. Allez, nos 3 finalistes. Il va me falloir Poitiers à ma droite, il va me falloir Marine à ma gauche et au centre notre Big G. Monique de chez GRDF qui vient remettre les lots offerts par notre partenaire. On les applaudit bien fort, Big G, Poitiers et Marine, nos 3 finalistes du jeu GRDF. 16h05. 16h05. 5 minutes avant le début de la rencontre. 15 minutes avant l'arrivée de la pluie. Non, je plaisante. Allez, les deux équipes qui vont rejoindre le tunnel. Team presentation in 1 minute. La grande finale. Il va voir s'affronter l'équipe de Vienna, l'équipe autrichienne contre l'équipe serbe de Liman. Les amis, juste avant la présentation des équipes, j'aimerais voir tout le monde debout, tout Poitiers debout pour la présentation des deux équipes de cette finale. On va les applaudir bien fort, tous les participants. Je veux voir tout le monde dans les gradins debout. Et on les applaudit très très fort. Nos deux équipes finalistes, l'équipe de Vienna, first team from Austria, number 4.
We got 1 10-minute sprint left in Poitiers. It's Vienna meeting up with Liman in the finals. Vienna took care of Hangzhou, last year's champs, in the semis. A balanced effort, 6 points for Diggs, Sonil, and Kaltenbrunner. Murati didn't even need to be on fire. And there's Sonil. Diggs again pulled down 5 boards. Pulled his hair out. Changed his haircut midway through the tournament. And they are facing a team they have already beaten this year. You can hear the Serbian music, and it's Chef Koya coming out first. They took care of Riffa in the semis. Kojic led the team with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 highlights. Didn't make a single 2-point shot, but it didn't matter. Got some help. Popovic had 6, Stojanovic had 6 as well. And Stretch came up with 3 big block shots. And it's your 1 seed meeting up with your 3 seed out here. And again, these teams have played on the World Tour before. They met up this year at the Marseille Masters in the quarterfinals. And a different looking squad for Vienna that time around, but they beat Liman 20-17. It was Lee Nortner with 8 points, but Kaltenbrunner, who's here with 6. It's Vlad and Alex with the antics before the game, but the whistle during the game. So it's 1-0 Vienna on the season against Liman, and we'll see if they can make that 2-0. Both teams already qualified to the Debrecen Masters. The third team to qualify is Riffa, who scored more points. And Hangzhou picking up a third-place finish here. So we got a couple minutes left before both teams will start to get going. But this game, in my opinion, is going to come down to efficiency. Both teams are very methodical in their style of play in 3x3. Both teams have the downhill attack as well as the shooting capabilities to get a game like this on lock. Also the defensive prowess to stick with the other squad. So who can be more consistent, who can be more efficient, especially from beyond the arc. Whoever can hit the most twos will probably win this game. Diggs sporting a new look. Somehow taking out his hair in a break between the semifinals and the finals. And we are ready to get sprinting, ladies and gentlemen. Vienna and Liman, again, your 1 and 3 seed out here.
Pour l'équipe de Vienna, pour l'équipe de Liman, Poitiers, est-ce que vous êtes là? Non. Qu'est-ce que t'en penses là? C'est pas une ambiance de finale, ça. Poitiers, est-ce que vous êtes là? Voilà!
And the MC 3-3. Fresh 12 for Liman. Kojic on the move. Kicking it out. Stretches wide open. But hasn't been successful from that spot all day. Rati now posting up shot. Liman with the steal. Kojic behind the screen. A handoff back from Stretch. Kojic heaves up a shot. And you know what? It's good. 5-3. Diggs. Euro steps into a bucket. 5-4. Oh, Stojanovic lost to Wilson. Gets it back somehow. 4 in the shot clock. Has to force up a shot here. He's trying to get a move going, but he got Muratti. Had him tripping and then mid the midi. Diggs now on his way to the rack again. So after a slow start, both teams pouring it on here early on in the game. Stojanovic again, a splash ball. The man is on fire. Don't put him out. Muratti steal up the 6 points. Stojanovic again. Now steal by Diggs again. Liman, they've turned the ball over plenty. It's 8.
Arbitre en jeu, possession Vienna.
And while Kojic's nostrils are being worked on, we've gotten to our first TV timeout. Let's see whether Chef Koya is able to return. This is a wide open layup for Kojic. A 5-star dish there, and then Stojanovic. Kojic back on the court now. Apparently that nose is fine. Might have started out crooked, who knows. Anyways, Kaltenbrunner now catching the lob pass, finishing through the contact. So Vienna tied things up at 8 after 3 minutes of play. Kojic looking at Kaltenbrunner. All the moves, a 2-point shot is up and in. He's not pausing whatsoever. Kaltenbrunner with the answer, though, is missed. And so Nil and Stretch get tangled up. Now it's Popovic and Stojanovic. Stojanovic trying to spin into a move, fading away on the shot, no good. Now it calls that on the rebound. Kaltenbrunner spinning and winning in the paint. There's some flares going off in the background. Murati lost to Wilson there. And that went off the leg of one of the Liman players, so Vienna back to it. Less time on the shot clock. Murati gets a screen and hops on the pass. A turnover as a result. Possession back to Liman. There's Chef Koya. Kojic with the yammy. Stefan Kojic really wants to win this challenger. You don't often see him dunk like that. Again on the move, driving slow like Paul Wall, but somehow getting up there. Kaltenbrunner now bumping. On the move, gets blocked by Stojanovic. It's out of bounds. Heady defensive play by Stojanovic. Blocking Kaltenbrunner and even getting possession back for his team. Stefanovic to Kojic. They get it back down to Stretch with the yammy over Diggs. Them go-go gadget arms come in handy sometimes. Diggs then loses to Wilson out of bounds, but Stretch. Gets it back again. This time he decides to take it himself. A layup now. And Liman at a 2-point advantage. Mārupe stripped off the rock. Foul number 5. TV timeout first before we get to this free throw. In a game that's soft. Point deficit. They try to get it to Kaltenbrunner, but it's broken up. Stojanovic back to Kojic. We're at the 3-minute mark. We might not make it the distance, I'll tell you that. Stojanovic. A foul and a rebound there. Stojanovic got his own rebound back, but overly physical play by Stretch leads to Liman's 7th foul and 2 free throws for Mārupe. An opportunity here for Vienna to tie the game up. Again, and we'll walk away here with a big bag of prize money and with the win in Poitiers. Mārupe, seasoned veteran in basketball, that is, because he's been playing 3x3 for not even a year. And Mārupe, 2 freebies down. So a tied game with 2:50 on the clock. Both teams at the bonus. Kojic, big shot, big money. 19-17, Chef Koya cooking up something. Kaltenbrunner with the answer underneath the basket. A 2-point shot would end things here for Liman. They go back to Kojic. Kojic now on the drive. Spins and wins underneath the basket. You're gonna need something here. Mārupe on the move, spins, hangs, and doesn't hit. Now he's on the floor. Any score will do here for Liman. Stojanovic. Oh, an offensive foul on Popovic. The possession back over to the Austrians. Kaltenbrunner now. Kaltenbrunner on the move, kicks it out. Mārupe, an open look for 2. Mārupe splashes the shot. We're tied at 20. Nice. Clicking twice to get his team tied at 20. A timeout's called. Anybody who scores now will win the game. Look again as Nice is money from distance, splashing like Magikarp. Liman have a possession here. They go with Stretch, Popovic, and of course, Kojic. A score will get them the victory in this challenger. The crowd's on their feet. Kojic working behind the screen. Popovic is open and lays it up and in. It's Popovic getting the victory for Liman in a clutch performance. Kojic shared the rock, serving up dishes as well. And Popovic gets the victory to the Serbs. Vienna got close, but it wasn't enough as Liman, after not making it out of the quarterfinals in their previous 3 tournaments, pick up a victory here in Poitiers. There you go. Your winners in Poitiers, a 3rd seed, making it all the way down to the top of the mountain. Up to the top of the mountain, I should say. And what an entry on the squad for Stojanovic. His first pro event for Team Liman, and they've squad to meet Vienna in the finals. Vienna going through Bordeaux and Hangzhou. And in that finals, it got close. It was 20-20. And then Chef Koya cooked up a Michelin star dish to Popovic, who put the game on ice.
Par Madame la Présidente du Grand Poitiers, Florence Jardin. Ça va se passer d'ici quelques instants maintenant. Le temps de finir les interviews télévision.
So again, we are getting ready to hand out the MVP hardware. We know who are going to the Debrecen Masters August 31st and September 1st. It's going to be Vienna, Liman, and Riffa. Hangzhou just missing out with a 4th place finish. And it was a great 2 days here in Poitiers. I think we managed to clear the field before the rain, as there's some showers predicted for this afternoon. And there's your winners again. Obviously tired, but happy as well.
Messieurs, dames, Poitiers, l'heure maintenant de célébrer notre MVP, notre équipe gagnante de cette finale, le MVP de cette
And who will be the MVP? We're about to get ready to announce.
Poitiers Challenger. Please welcome the MVP, Mr. Stefan.
And you know it, Chef Koya,
Applaudissements pour le MVP
Stefan
2023.
Kojic, your MVP here in Poitiers. The man was playing out of his mind. 8.6 points per game, hitting over 30% of his 2-point shots. He managed to drain 10 of them. 14 key assists as well, and averaging 2.8 rebounds a game. A well-deserved moment in the spotlight for the longtime 3x3er, Stefan Kojic. Your MVP, give it up for him.
Une nouvelle fois, on peut l'applaudir bien fort. Congrats, Stéphane. Les vainqueurs.
Congratulations to
de cette
Stefan
édition
Kojic.
2024. Vous les avez applaudis, vous les avez supportés jusqu'au bout.
And
Je
here
vais
go
vous
your
demander de
winners.
venir au milieu du parquet. Please upload the number 1, Stefan Kojic. The number 5, Dusan Popovic.
And here we go.
Marko Silvanovic. And the number 6,
Stefan Kojic, Dusan Popovic, Alexa Stojanovic, and Marko Stefanovic, aka Stretch. There's your team Liman, a new look this year. The Manimal probably at home cheering these fellas on. And these are your winners out here in Poitiers in the 6th Challenger of the 2024 Pro season, the 5th Challenger ever out here in Poitiers. A well-played tournament. Won every game. There were some close ones in there, let's be honest. Went through Bordeaux, Ballistik, and Plunge in Pool C play as your 3rd seed. Beat Warsaw Lotto in the quarterfinals, then narrowly beat Riffa in the semifinals, and almost lost it against Vienna in the finals. But Dusan Popovic came through with a layup to win the game, 21-20. Liman, your winners here in Poitiers. You will see them in Debrecen, and I will see you next week as this closes things for us here. Thank you to the organizing party in Poitiers, and thank you to the production crew. My name is Bas Rosendahl, aka The Mountain. I was with you here from Poitiers for the last 2 days. And if you haven't, please check out our socials to take a look back at the stuff we've done. At FIBA 3x3 on Instagram. I'll see you later.
Allez, pour terminer en beauté,